John Liddle here for SWOSUathletics.com alongside wide receiver Carlos Smith. Carlos, thanks for the time, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey, congratulations on the big win last week at Arkansas Tech. You guys just keep rolling off big victory after big victory. Does the pressure go up each time, or is this team just learning to deal with that?
Well, the pressure goes up, most definitely, but we definitely deal with it too. I mean, it's just something we got to deal with, just being able to, come through every game, every week, being able to, one step at a time, one game at a time, just being able to win.
Have you learned anything about that, about dealing with the pressure, about how to do that?
Yeah, I guess so. Once we lost a couple of games, and our main focus was just being able to win every game for the rest of the season, just 1 week at a time, just being able to, just focus on that one game.
And you guys have done that. Week after week, 5 straight wins now, which is the first time since 1993. When we start pull out numbers like that, that may be, when were you born?
92.
92, there you go. So about that streak, or that lack of a streak, has lasted as long as you've been alive. Right. When you think about that, I mean, it's pretty cool what you guys are doing, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. Well, we're talking with Carlos Smith here, and Carlos, you had a huge game last week. Let's talk about a couple of your big catches, if you might. First of all, the touchdown catch where you guys are, I believe, third down there, 3rd and 10 from about the 12, and trying to make sure that you get in big early points in that game. What did you do on that play to get open?
Well, first, we had called a play, and I wasn't sure that was even a play, so I had to get the re-signal from the quarterback first, because we never ran that play from that far back from the the goal line. And so, once I got the play and I knew what it was, I just executed it like we do every day in practice.
So you were like, "You sure?
Yeah.
You're sure, right?" How does that signal work? I mean, do you guys just have little hand signals that go along with that, or?
Yeah, just little hand signals, basically, most of the time.
Okay. You don't have to read sign language, from out there. He doesn't have to sign each word to you or anything like that. No, just little hand signals. We're talking with Carlos Smith here. And then after that one, you had a huge, huge catch to set up a touchdown. It was right after Trevon's pick, and he had taken it back to midfield. How key was it that you guys strike fast after that and be aggressive?
Well, Coach always talked about making a play after the transition of a big play from the defense. So I just think Coach called my number, and so I was ready to execute. Absolutely.
So is there anything tough about that catch, or is it pretty routine for you, just take it over the shoulder like that?
Well, we practiced that play a lot at practice, so it wasn't really that tough, but I wish I could have scored, but I didn't. So
you got really close to getting in the end zone twice, but you got us on the doorstep, and Cartrell Henderson has been stealing everybody's touchdowns this year. Got in after that. We're talking with Carlos Smith here, and Carlos, you guys now have everything in front of you this week. You know exactly what you're playing for this week. You win, and you're going to the bowl game in Texarkana. You're going to the Live United Bowl. With that in front of you, do you think that the focus is going to ramp up in practice this week?
Well, yeah, definitely. That's our main focus, is to beat Northwestern, so we can get the postseason play.
How about last year? Northwestern kind of embarrasses you guys on your home field. How much does that factor in when you're thinking about this week?
Well, it's definitely a factor. Just from the seniors that that was their last game last year, and I didn't get to play that much, but just being able to go back and play them on their senior day and beat them would be great.
It sure would be.
Yeah.
It sure would be. What about the way that this team is just working together right now through the 5-game winning streak? Sometimes it's the offense doing just spectacular things. Sometimes it's the defense being put in bad situations and, pulling the fat out of the fire, if you will. Is this team starting to come together more and more, the 2 units or even 3 units when you include special teams as you go throughout the season here?
Well, yeah, definitely. Coach always talking about we're going to have adversity. It's always going to be somebody that's going to make a play to make the adversity overcome. So, that's what we try to do, is just try to, overcome adversity. If it's a interception or a touchdown or whatever the case is, we try to overcome it and come together as a team and win.
I don't know if you've been able to look at this yet, but Northwestern's has been a team this year that has done a good job creating adversity. They're one of the top teams in our league as far as forcing turnovers. They really do a good job, for whatever reason, of forcing the issue. When you've got a team like that for aggressiveness or whatever it is for them, that they are able to create turnovers on a consistent basis. You guys are a team that when you're winning, you are not giving it away at all. So how much more do you focus on that this week?
Well, just gonna keep doing what we've been doing. Just working on everything we need to do to win. We can't really focus on exactly what they do to make us, or make teams force the ball, force interceptions or fumbles or turnovers. We just need to focus on what we need to do to win the ball game.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to it. Carlos, thanks so much for your time, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
John Liddle here with Trevon Hartfield on SWOSUathletics.com as we talk SWOSU football going into this huge game against Northwestern Oklahoma State. And Trevon, of course, we start with last week. You guys pull out a big victory, 28-14 on the road at Arkansas Tech. You guys had this short trip back from Oklahoma Baptist. You talked about that one not being, like a funeral march on the way home. But I'm sure it was nice on the 5-6 hour trip to be thinking about a win, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. It was a good way to leave away from Arkansas Tech and actually be on the road, happy that we won and knowing that we can put ourselves in a postseason play if we seal the deal this weekend. So
yeah, good. And that's big. You guys have stayed focused over the last 5 weeks. You've got the job done. So going into this week, what can you draw on what you've been able to do over the past few weeks and make sure you stay tight and stay focused on what you have to do this week?
Just don't overlook this week. Don't look into postseason play a little too early. Just focus in on what we got on our table, on our plate right now, and just take care of business. Continue doing what we've been doing.
Talking with Trevon Hartfield here, and you were able to pick off a couple passes this last week. Your Defensive Player of the Week in the Great American Conference. How does that feel?
It feels good, but more importantly, we got the win and play really good on the defensive side as a whole. So it felt good.
Well, let me ask it from this perspective there. What do you think everybody else was doing well on the plays where you picked off those passes in order to help you kind of be the star of the show on those particular plays? Let's start with that first one. It was kind of a double play action. I don't know, you may have not even seen that. You may have just been concentrating on your receiver where they play action to a couple different guys. But you guys were all right on the play. What were you guys doing well as a unit to make sure that you were in position there?
I think everybody read their keys pretty well in the back end, but on the D line, I feel like the whole game they caused a lot of chaos, a lot of pressure, and I think that made the quarterback struggle a lot. And hopefully, they've been doing a good job all year. They haven't had a lot of sacks, but they've had a lot of hurries. They've been in the backfield a lot, and that helps me out a lot whenever I don't have to cover for 10 seconds. So it's fun.
It seems like about the East Central game, or maybe even going back to the Southeastern game, where Southeastern Oklahoma State really kind of struggled against you guys as well. Those were kind of the games where the defenders started really stepping up, and the defensive line especially started stepping up there. Was there a noticeable difference for the defensive backs once, I would say about that Southeastern East Central game, somewhere in there?
Yeah, I think we had kind of finally figured each other out. As far as knowing who did what best and where we all fit in our back end. I think at the beginning everybody was not really had the whole amount of confidence that we needed in each other. And I feel like we came full circle right around that time, and we've been playing pretty well from then on out. So it's been good.
Yeah, your second interception was in the fourth quarter, and just a really big play. You knew they were going to try to take a deep shot at some point. Why were you there on that play to be able to make it?
They've been trying to throw it deep the whole game, and I just gave up one right before then where I should have had an interception, and guy had a lucky catch. But that I knew that they would take another shot at me to see if my head was there, and I was there to make the play. Thank God.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a tough drive for you. What you're talking about, because you kind of had the pump and go on you, and that ended up in a pass interference, and then right after that, like you said, you made a play on the ball, but it just floated into a guy's hands. So is it tough for you, or being a senior and being around as long as you have, were you pretty even keel about the whole thing? Oh yeah, definitely even keel.
You can't really let that stuff bother you, and especially knowing that you're gonna get another opportunity. And if you're up, it's one thing. If you're down, it may kind of bother you a little bit more. But being up, knowing our offense has been doing as well as they have all year, I had a lot of confidence in them, and I knew if they got the ball back, I wanted them to come right back at me to make a play to make up for what I just did. So.
Well, one thing's for sure, Arkansas Tech's a running team, but Northwestern, Oklahoma State, they're going to sling it around a little bit. You know, they're a team that's averaging 41 attempts per game by Miller this year. How much do you enjoy playing in a game like that?
Oh, it's fun. I mean, you get bored out there when they don't throw the ball enough, and Miller's a pretty good quarterback. He's had a pretty good year, but, I mean, he's had his struggles as well. I mean, he's thrown a lot of interceptions and lets the ball float a lot, so hopefully we get our hands on some more and make a big impact in this game defensively.
Absolutely. Let's talk about what's next for you after football season's done. We got intramural basketball, or when's that going on?
Oh, yeah. Intramural basketball is always going to be fun. Can't wait for that to start. Hopefully go in and mess with some of the regular collegiate students and have a lot of fun with some of my football guys. I think we're going to get a team together, so that'll be big.
Some of the regular people. You see what he thinks of you? Non-athletic students? No, I'm just kidding.
No, there's actually a lot of good athletes that just go to school here that could probably play basketball here as well. So.
Well, you were one of them, and then you decided to play football at SWOSU, and then you decided to get back out there. Are you satisfied with the decision you made, with the commitment that you put into it to get back out here?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I think not only myself but all the guys that play here have made it really, really a great decision for me. I mean, we've ended up having a good season, and I mean, this isn't the last stop. I mean, this should need to go take care of business and have another opportunity to play another game. So.
Like you're saying, you know, if you guys win, then you go on to a bowl game, and then after that, I don't know, maybe you're playing in another bowl game, like an all-star type game to show off your talent. Is that something that you want to do, take football beyond college?
Yes, sir. I would like to. I mean, it's one of those things I think about it, but I try not to put too much thought into it right now. I would like to just finish out the season strong, and whatever comes around then, keep my options open and make the most of it.
Keep it simple, and then we'll think about it.
Oh yeah, simple as possible.
All right. Well, should you guys make that bowl game? And after that bowl game, when we're talking to you, then we'll ask you about possible pro potential. Sound good?
Yes, sir. Sounds good.
Trevon, thanks so much for your time, man.
Thank you.
Trevon Hartfield, GAC Defensive Player of the Week, as Southwestern Oklahoma State finishes out the regular season in Alva at Northwestern Oklahoma State this Saturday. Win, and they're on to the Live United Bowl. So please, come on out, support the Southwestern Bulldogs, just a couple-hour trip north. If you can't be out there, listen on the radio. It's a 1 o'clock pregame show and a 2 o'clock kick from Alva. John Liddle for SWOSUathletics.com.